All right, what's up, everybody? It is Saturday night. We're here. Let's just raise up a glass to what was the 2024-2025 college football season. It's over. It's over. Nothing more to say. It's done. That's it. It's cooked. Notre Dame is officially done. So, cheers, everybody. That was one of the most embarrassing performances I have ever seen by a football team in my entire life. However, there's good news. There's still a slight chance that they run the table and make the playoffs. However, I have Chris Drew is going to be joining me here in a second, and I want to bring him in because I have my own opinions, but I want to get his opinion on this. I don't think it matters. I really don't. I am after that. I'm done. I'm out. Marcus Freeman's cooked. I'm out. But let's bring Chris in and let's get to it so that way he can get to the Ohio State game because I know that's the best start. What's up, Chris?
What's up, man? What a day.
Hey,
what a day.
What a day. What a day. What a day. It's college football, baby.
Right.
This is what happens, right? Every time, every year, there's something like this. But so the question I want to lead off with is if you were a Notre Dame fan, which I know you're not, but if you were a Notre Dame fan right now and you just saw what just happened, which we're all aware of, can Marcus Freeman save his job still?
This is where I think not being in a conference really hurts you, right?
Uh-huh.
Because like this kind of loss with no conference affiliation, you can't get an auto bid. Mm-hmm. And it's going to be really easy right now, at least to turn on Marcus Freeman. And if you're within those locker rooms, it's like, oh, wow, like this, like we're not as well coached as we thought we were. And like when you have a loss like this, I almost put it solely on coaching because I know you can be a good football team. Like I know you are a good football team. Like I watched you beat A&M last week.
Yeah, we just saw it a week ago.
Yeah,
like,
it's not like you're a bad football team and you lose this game. No, we know you're a good football team because you showed us you're a good football team. And in the big game, you coached really well last week. And I was the first one I got on the show with Zach. And I was like, oh, like Marcus, it looks like is linearly going the right way, learning how to be a coach. And then you lose this game, which I didn't even think you could bet on because it was supposed to be so much of a blowout. And I'm over here like there's just no excuse for this kind of thing. And what you run the risk of is, hey, like, let's not lose the locker room. Because if you lose this game and then lose the locker room, you're going to lose the boosters.
Yeah.
Like, that's inevitable. You've already lost the fans, and the fans are looking for a reason to take your head off. And Notre Dame fans, and I honestly believe it, Notre Dame people tell me all the time, Notre Dame's a top 10 job. Then go get you a top 10 candidate. Go get you a top 10 coach. Mm-hmm. So really inexcusable loss today, man. No matter how.
No, here's where I'm at as a Notre Dame fan is I don't think there's any way he could save the job. Outside of going and winning a natty.
Yeah. And that's not happening.
That's not happening. You just lost to Northern fucking Illinois.
Yeah.
Like that's not happening. So outside of that, you can't save your job. So if I'm Notre Dame right now, you maybe like I could understand letting him coach the rest of the year, but as soon before the clock even hit zero, as soon as Northern Illinois made the field goal, my first call was to Urban Meyer.
Yeah,
and was, hey, here's $100 billion. Like, I don't care what it takes.
Here's all of our money in flight ownership in any religious building on campus.
Yeah, whatever. You want Touchdown Jesus to be Touchdown Urban? It's yours.
Yeah, we will make this Touchdown Urban. We'll chisel out the face, man. Come on over.
I don't care. Here you go. Here's the money. Here's everything. Come save us, please. Yeah. Like, I am so sick of watching all these other schools that are. I mean,
do you think you could get Fickle and get him to just drop his whole staff over at Notre Dame, or is that not big enough for you? You want bigger?
I would love bigger, but I wouldn't be upset with Fickle. Like that would be cool. Like that.
Like
That
if
would be an
Fickle,
acceptable hire.
and that staff comes, I think that could be cool because I think that's a true like modern day Jim Tressel level staff. I guess. Okay, so what about like a guy like? All right, here we go. If I were Notre Dame and if I look at this and I know I'm not keeping Freeman, I think I'd fire him ASAP and see what interim coaches can do, unless you don't want to run the risk of falling in love with an interim coach. And as a fan, what would you prefer? Because that's tricky, isn't it?
Yeah. So there's not a coach on staff that I believe in that I think would they fire Freeman tomorrow, which is what I think they should do. They should fire Freeman tomorrow. He should not have a job. But then what? You're making Mike Denbrock the interim coach?
I mean,
the guy that just put 14
he's the highest paid. He's the one that's going to be most sought after.
But he's also the guy that just put 14 points up on Northern Illinois.
Yeah, so, you're right. You're right.
I mean, maybe you go Al Golden defense, right? Like they held him to 16. I guess.
I mean, Al's a good coach. He's really respected in the coaching industry. Yeah. I think he's a true like NFL mind. I think that's really good. Yeah. Both those guys are gonna be really sought after. That's the thing. If you fire Freeman right now, all of a sudden you got two hot names, offense and defensive coordinator, that are going to be getting a lot of calls.
Yeah. So that's part of the reason I don't. The other reason is
you don't want to fall in love with an interim. That's always super dangerous.
Yeah. I don't want any of those guys to be the next head coach if Freeman gets fired. Mm-hmm. I want all of them to. I want Notre Dame. Notre Dame is a lucrative job, and it's
too big of a brand to lose games like that.
Yeah. And so like the fact that they went from Brian Kelly to Marcus Freeman was already kind of a red flag for me. Mm-hmm. Yeah. But like everybody told me that Marcus Freeman was him, and like that dude can do it. And like the reason they did it is because of his recruiting prowess, right? Like he was supposed to be the recruiter. Yeah. He could take what Brian Kelly did and level it up in recruiting. He hasn't done that. He lost Derek Meadows. He's about to lose Deuce Knight. Like he can't level up recruiting, and he's losing to Marshall in Northern Illinois. So
that's disgusting, dude. That's disgusting to put on paper, dude. That's disgusting.
Like I'm sorry, like, but so at this point, what I need as a Notre Dame fan is I need you to go out and you got to make a splash. Like, but they can't. I don't know why they can't, but they can't do it. They haven't. Like, history tells me they can't. They should have gotten Urban Meyer in 2004 or whatever when he went to Florida. Like, they tried to get him then. He went to Florida instead. Every time they've tried to hire a head coach, they don't get the guy they want. They get the next guy. And so they can't do it, I guess. But, like, Urban's not coaching anywhere. So unless Florida wants, dude, Florida
versus Notre Dame bidding war for
again 20 years later, here we are.
The rematch, like Kobayashi and Joey Chestnut, dude. The rematch.
This is what we're gonna be. And he's gonna pick Florida again. Mm-hmm. Like, God, man. To in a roundabout way answer your question, Fickle wouldn't be a bad hire. That one I would be okay with.
I think Fickle would be a good hire as long as he brings that staff with him.
Yeah,
I think that staff is
feel
pretty.
Like that's hard to like. Well, I mean,
it's hard to project, but also like Fickle's guys are just different. I feel like I think Kenny Guiton would absolutely come with him.
Oh, for sure, yeah.
I think Mike Tressel would go with him.
Yeah,
and like that is your defensive mind. Yeah. Trying to think of who else is there. I think Phil Longo would come, and that would give you like the true offense that you maybe want opened up. And I think that they have enough like Midwest recruiting prowess because Luke has a pretty young staff comparatively to like other staffs.
Yeah, that's true.
So I think that could work. And what you say is, you know, look, like Wisconsin, cool, you've done a good job here, but we can offer you a chance to build it up. I mean, do you go after a Matt Rule? I'm trying to think about Midwest guys. Like, do you?
I honestly don't. I like knowing Matt, and like I don't know him that well, obviously. But like I know him. Like I don't.
And I don't think Matt's going anywhere until Rail was gone.
Yeah. Now he doesn't strike me as a guy that would jump at the Notre Dame opportunity because like let's be honest about what Notre Dame is, right? Like it's a top 10 job. But there is a whole lot that comes along with
Right.
being Notre Dame's head
It just
coach.
it's a
And
top 10 job with baggage.
yeah, exactly. Exactly. It's like that girl that like she's a 10, but she's got 5 kids.
Yeah. She's a 10, but she only has 3 fingers on her right hand.
Exactly. Exactly.
Oh my goodness.
Like, yeah.
When you go to hold hands with her,
Yeah, good luck, bro. Hey, take my strong hand.
take my strong hand.
But yeah,
She's always
exactly.
gonna
Like,
drop the phone. It's gonna feel like a velociraptor, but you do get 22% off when you get her nails done. There's only 3 of them things. Oh my goodness, dude.
Exactly. But
Dude,
yeah, so
side of betting note, dude.
yeah.
I hate to do this, but I bet on Ohio State first possession to score a touchdown and for the first defensive possession to force a 3 and out. Hey, we're here, man. Both
Wait,
things just hit.
did it just hit?
Yeah, just hit.
Let's go,
Dude, I've been so hot, bro. I
This
cracked,
is no longer Chris Drew. This is Chris Picks, bro.
bro.
Like,
Chris, bro. I'm DMing all these girls talking about I just hit a small lottery. What kind of bag you want? And then ghosting them. Like that. That's what we're doing right now, dude. Like if I would have had the Notre Dame loss in my parlay, I would have been offering. I would have said it's a big lottery. But I hit a parlay today, bro. I hit a double underdog parlay. The only one I placed: South Carolina and Iowa State money line. Both at plus money, rolled them together, 10 to win 85.
Bro, as a Kentucky guy, that South Carolina bet, smart.
Dude, I just was watching South Carolina's defensive line, and I'm like, oh my God, like they beat all the elite teams for a lot of these kids. And I'm over here like, who's their defensive line coach? Like, y'all should want to know that too. Because whoever their defensive line coach is landing freak show after freak show, beating everybody, getting guys to the Midwest. And it's like, yo, y'all need to call him to see if he wants to be your guy. Because that defensive line single-handedly ruined the Kentucky game plan.
Oh my God. Easily, dude.
Like,
I had that on the second screen because obviously I was focused on my
Notre Dame.
Notre Dame getting fucked. But yeah, no, that I mean, and the thing is, like, do you know his name? Like, do you know the South Carolina defense line coach? I don't know his name.
No, I have no clue, and that's you know me.
Exactly, and I know you. I know you. You're like recruiting and everything like that. That's your bag. But I don't know. Hey, Notre Dame, hire that fucking guy. I
mean, he would have held on to Keon Keeley. I mean, they literally landed the number 2 player in the country. Number 2 player in the country, Dylan Stewart, who played 20 snaps last week and had like 8 pressures. Yeah. He only played 20 snaps. And when I saw on their depth chart that he was the 3rd or 4th defensive lineman, and I was looking at like my upset radar, I was like, oh, that's the one.
Yeah.
Like if you're telling me that kid in the SEC only plays 20 snaps or so, and there's other defensive linemen that are better than him, like the Uze, I don't even know how to say his name, I'm not going to try it, who's also on the D-line. And I'm watching them go stupid. I'm like, oh, yeah. Like Brock Vandergrift, like disrupted defensive lines ruin game plans. And honestly, that's why I thought Notre Dame was going to walk to the playoffs because I was like, oh, disruptive D-line. So Howard Cross is a top 5 defensive tackle in the country. Like Howard's a freak, one of my personal favorites. So I'm like, oh, they're going to run through everybody. Man. They're going to destroy centers. They're going to blow these bad schools out of the water.
Yeah. Well, and that's so like that's part of the other thing that I really got upset about today is like I know how much you are a fan of KVA.
Yeah.
Right. Bro, why the fuck was he not on the field more?
I have no clue.
No, the defense, like they held him to 16 points. It's not like I can't get mad at the defense for what they did, but also like giving up 16 points to that team, whatever. But like the fact that KVA is not on the field in critical situations when they are just fucking lining up and running the ball at you is like, dude, that kid is special. Put him on the field.
Like if you want to play him against A&M, play him against Northern Illinois Tech.
Jesus Christ, thank you.
And that's what's so frustrating about Marcus Freeman. It's like big dog. Like stop overthinking the simple things.
Yeah, that's what he does, man.
Like,
And like
if you want to get to the number 3, 1 + 1 + 1 is 3. I don't need 1 + 1 - 2 + 1 × 2 square root of
yeah,
this. Brother, good brother. Just
just put
play
him in.
just do the simple math equation. Sometimes I
Yeah.
feel like these head coaches like overthink things and put themselves in weird positions mentally. Like Big Dog, KVA is one of your best 13 players. Make sure he plays as much as the guys that are the top 12 players.
Well, exactly. And so here's a question. So this is, and I'll let you get out of here soon. I'm
Mhm.
sorry, I don't want to
No,
keep
no,
you too
you're
long.
good. My bad. I'm just
But
getting blown up text fights. Like, oh my
yeah,
goodness.
but so do you think it has anything to do with like NIL and like these players that are also quote unquote starters that
Yeah.
are older and getting paid more or whatever? Like, does he have snap counts? Like, do you think Ryan or Marcus or these other guys have like snap counts in their head? Like, hey, this guy has to play X amount of snaps or else whatever.
I think that's part of it. And then the other part of it is I think deep down he's got to know that KVA is going to be the guy at some point.
Yeah.
So why not try to get one of these other guys snaps so they're not unhappy.
Oh,
That
gotcha.
way you can make the switch
Gotcha.
later against good teams.
So in
Like you
his
don't want
mind, he
you don't
was
want
doing
disgruntled veterans
exactly
right
what you
there.
tell teams not to do. He
Yeah,
was
yes,
discounting the
exactly.
opponent.
I
And he
think
was
I
like,
think
hey, we can beat this team with fucking Joe Schmo over there.
yeah,
Let's get him some snaps.
with Jimmy Buck too. Like he's got
Yeah.
it.
Yeah. Okay. I got you. I don't disagree with that. I think that might be it. And so Andre or Duke, whoever,
Yeah.
like,
Duke.
him and I went live this morning and I said, and he said, the way you lose this game if you're Notre Dame is if you don't play clean, right? And
Mhm.
so what did it come down to? Turnovers and special teams, bro.
Boom,
Like
boom, boom. You cannot lose those 2 areas and win football games.
that's it, man. Like when Riley Leonard threw that pick, I knew it was cooked.
Yeah, that's a bad deal right there.
And so like let's just be honest, Riley Leonard's not a good quarterback.
No, he's really disappointing to me. Been
He's
disappointing.
not. He's not a good quarterback. And Notre Dame fans come at me. I'm a Notre Dame fan. Go
Yeah,
ahead.
you'll stand in the
But
paint. I got you.
yeah, but like he's not a good quarterback. He's just not. He's Sam Hartman 2.0. If even 2.0, he might be Sam Hartman 0.5.
Yeah, Sam Harmon 0.5. He is he's the first iteration that got locked in the closet.
Yeah. Like Sam Hartman had the fucking update and
Yeah,
we got
Sam
the
got the
fucking
update. Yeah,
downgrade.
Riley Leonard. Yeah, something went wrong in the program.
Oh,
Someone cut a corner. Someone
yeah.
lost the blue cord.
Exactly. But like, come on. Like
Come on,
he
man.
just like he can run. I like it, but
Oh, Richie in the chat.
he
Go get Chip Kelly, next Notre Dame head coach.
hey, there we go. I wouldn't hate it. I really
That's
wouldn't
kind of
hate it,
nifty. I ain't
honestly.
thought about that. That'd be kind of
I
crazy.
honestly like that I wouldn't hate that.
Yeah, that's big fish hunting and pretty realistic. No, that's
Yeah.
dope.
Yeah.
But I do got to run, brother.
Yeah, you're good, man. I appreciate you coming on
No, this
as
is awesome.
the live meltdown as
Yeah,
Notre Dame fans. And
and we'll get together soon, big dog.
yeah, sounds good, bro. I appreciate you.
Peace.
All right. So as Chris and I said, I mean I hate having to do this. Like I hate this show. This is my least favorite show I've ever done because fuck, I wanted Notre Dame to be so good this year, man. And I really thought they would be. I really did. I believed in Notre Dame. I believed in Marcus Freeman. But at the end of the day, Marcus Freeman is a fraud. I'm sorry. I really am. But if I'm Notre Dame, I am calling Urban Meyer. I'm calling Lane Kiffin. I'm calling every single coach I can think of tonight. Like, I'm not waiting until the end of the year. Fuck that. The year's over, buddy. We already fucking lost. It's done. It's cooked. There is absolutely no way this team accomplishes any of its goals at this point. So I am calling everybody, and I am putting every dollar sign behind it. I am giving them as much money as they want. I do not care, because the only way this program ever gets to the top is if they get somebody worth a fuck. And they haven't had a worth a fuck coach in my life. I'm 34 years old. Never, not once. Not a worth a fuck coach ever. And I'm sorry. I love Notre Dame. I hope to God they actually do it, but this isn't working. Like, good God, like, let's go. Like go do something. You already failed at getting Urban Meyer once because you were too pussy to do it. Don't do it again. And I'm not saying they have to get Urban Meyer. Like, I honestly don't know if that would go that well. But for the love of God, don't fumble the bag again. Like, we've seen what Marcus Freeman is. We get it. We know what he is. He's a rah-rah guy. And it works a couple times a year. Unfortunately, it doesn't work enough to beat fucking Marshall or Northern Illinois, which is absolutely astronomical to even think about. But that's where we're at. So fire that fucking guy tonight. Like, don't even let him fucking show up tomorrow. And call somebody else. Let Denbrock, let Golden, I don't care who coaches the rest of the year. This year's over. It's already done. Like, we're cooked. Got it. Let's keep the young guys engaged. Let's go get somebody that's worth a fuck. And let's win. But we're not going to. They're going to keep this guy around because he looks good on paper and the boosters really love him and the players are behind him, and every other talking point that you're going to hear out of every other fucking person in the world is going to tell you why Marcus Freeman is still potentially your answer. And let me be the first to tell you, yeah, Marcus Freeman will never be a national championship winning head coach at the University of Notre Dame. It'll never happen. Ever. Now, if he goes back to Ohio State and is the defensive coordinator for 3 years under Ryan Day or whoever before Ryan Day leaves or whoever leaves, and he's got a pipeline belt, yeah, he might win a natty somewhere else, but he will never win Notre Dame a national championship, ever. Marcus Freeman has proven that. He's not capable of doing that. He's not even capable of beating Northern Illinois with a far superior team. So let's move on. That's cool. Like, breakups happen. Like, I get it. You're hot. I'm hot. We don't work together. It's cool. Shake hands. Move on. But Marcus Freeman is not the answer for Notre Dame. He never will be. It doesn't matter how good he is in bed. It's never going to happen. So the best thing to do is to cut ties right now. Let's not wait till the end of the year. Let's fucking acknowledge that he just lost to Northern fucking Illinois. Northern Illinois. Like, acknowledge that. Do you understand? Like, I don't think people understand what that is. Like, that's Northern Illinois. Like, my nephew's fucking freshman football team could compete with Northern goddamn Illinois. Okay? And this is a football team full of 5, 4, and 3 star, like actual football players. And they just lost to him. So coaching is the problem. It's no longer recruiting. And recruiting is an issue. And Marcus Freeman was brought in to fix that. And he didn't. So recruiting's one issue. They're still decent at that. But at least, oh man, I'm about to say something that I never thought I would say in the world. At least when Brian Kelly was the head coach of Notre Dame, recruiting was at this level, and they didn't fucking lose to MAC schools. Like, think about that. And I hate Brian Kelly. Like, I think Brian Kelly is a trash human being. But he didn't lose to MAC schools very often, if ever. Marcus Freeman's lost to 2 in fucking 3 years. It's over. It's done. Get rid of him. We're done. We're cooked. It's over. Like, I'm done with him. Go get yourself an Urban Meyer. It doesn't have to actually be Urban Meyer. But, like, I'd call him. Offer that man a fucking bag. Anyways, all right. I don't want to keep going on and on and on about all that. But Notre Dame fans, I'm really sorry we're here today. It's not a good time. Like, it's not a good look. But I appreciate anybody that's tuning in. Hey, we're up to like over 100 people watching right now. I appreciate you guys all tuning in, watching me literally melt down on YouTube, on Twitter, on everything. If you're on Twitter, jump over to the YouTube page, like and subscribe to it. Follow us. We're on, everything. We're on everything. So Twitter, Andre Duke Show, Instagram, Andre Duke Show with Carter Smith, all of them, podcasts, Podbean, Spotify, all of them. So, hey, I appreciate everybody tuning in. I just wanted to jump on real quick, and I was more than happy. Like, I was super excited to have Chris on, and it's going to be a long year, guys. Like, at the end of the day, we're only through week 2, and Notre Dame is 1-1. What do you think USC is going to do to this team? Because, and in the chat, actually, I'm interested in the chat, Twitter, whatever. I'm interested. What do you think USC is going to do to this team? Because after today, and after watching USC against LSU last week, I don't want to play USC. Thank God Florida State sucks. Like, those 2 games are like, you can go back and watch. Those are the 2 games that I said were like the games. And after today, oh, buddy, thank God Florida State sucks. Otherwise, it might be real, real bad. And Richie, I need a Zin so fucking bad, bud. I left my Zins at Collins. So anybody that doesn't know, Collins, my brother, and I was at his house watching the game before I came home to, fucking melt down on YouTube. But I left my can of Zins there. And the whole time I was like, God, I don't have time to stop at the fucking gas station and get Zins. So, Richie, the first thing I'm going to do is shut this down because I'm done. Like, thank you, everybody, for listening. And then I'm going to go get some Zins. And USC will dog walk Notre Dame? Probably. And God, I hope not, because the only, like, as an Ohio State fan, rivalry games are so, and I'm not even a big Ohio State fan. My grandfather coached there, so I have an affinity for him. But like, rivalry games mean more to me than most people. And so like USC Notre Dame has been my biggest game every year. And I have loved nothing more than Notre Dame fucking USC right in the asshole for the past couple of years. So, but it doesn't look good this year. Riley Leonard, he's not him. I honestly put CJ Carr in. It can't get any worse. It can't. Put Steve Angeli in. I don't give a fuck. Put anybody in. Like, let's at least try. We know Riley Leonard sucks. Like, I'm sorry. Am I the first one to say that? I might be. But, bro, he was bad today. And if Anthony Knapp is your answer at left tackle, the fuck have you been doing? Now, I understand there was injuries. Like, I get it. Charles was your answer. And it sucks that he went down because that, like, maybe this team would be different if they had that left tackle that they thought they had. But they had other guys that weren't true freshmen. and they still played Anthony Knapp, and he has been an absolute liability the first 2 weeks. I mean, not even close. Like that guy should not be on the field. Now, I think he has the potential to be a good player in a year or two when he should be seeing the field, but he's been an absolute liability week 1 and 2. But anyways, hey, thank you everybody for tuning in. I really hate that I had to do this, but it is what it is, man. This is kind of Marcus Freeman's MO at this point. He can win he can win games that are big. I guess. Like, was Texas A&M a big game? I guess so. But after today, no. Like, Texas A&M meant dog shit. Like, that meant nothing at this point. But he damn sure can lose some games that he has no business losing. So, theme of today is, if Marcus Freeman has a job tomorrow, every Notre Dame fan in the world should revolt. Like, don't buy a goddamn thing. Don't buy tickets. Don't buy merchandise. Call Pastor whatever his name is or Father whatever and tell him, I'm not buying shit until you fucking fire Marcus Freeman. Because, I'm sorry, I like Marcus Freeman as a person. He's not getting it done, clearly. So, that's my call to all Notre Dame fans. Go ahead, post about it, clip it up, whatever. But Marcus Freeman shouldn't have a job tomorrow. Thank you so much for tuning in and watching me melt down live on air. I will talk to you all on Monday when Duke and I are back on our regular scheduled time to, again, probably melt down about Notre Dame, because that's our recap show. And the recap is Notre Dame fucked it up today. But enjoy the rest of your night. Enjoy the rest of college football. Hey, Ohio State's playing right now. I haven't been watching. I'm sure they're doing just fine. So all the night games, go enjoy. Thank you so much for tuning in. Stay classy.